Okay, we're live. Welcome to our December live stream. We are joining you here from our living room. We've got Kris, you guys know her, and we've got Alice, Chris's mom. Welcome.
Thank you.
And our plan tonight is to just interact with you and all just have a drink. We've all got them here. I'm going to crack open one of my favorite beers. This is the Boneyard IPA, and they're drinking. What are you guys drinking?
We've got the Kraken. Release the Kraken.
Let's go ahead and get this party started. We do have a few. Yeah, cheers. If you're drinking alcohol as well, go ahead and cheers.
Cheers. Cassie's here. Cassie's my daughter.
This is like a family event.
It is.
So if somebody can tell us if they can hear us okay, if that, just let us know how the audio is in the comments. Otherwise, we're just going to
jump in. We got a couple of questions before the podcast, and they're cheersing us, so I think they can hear us. So we'll talk about those, and we just want to say hi to everybody who's here already as those are flying by. Hi, Dad. My dad's on the chat.
And Merry Christmas, everybody. Love Christmas time.
Merry Christmas. All right. Grandma's audio sounds odd.
Grandma's audio sounds odd. Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
We'll have you project a little more then.
Okay, I will try now.
It sounds good now. All right, let's see. We got two questions before this. One is.
So we got two questions we asked ahead of time on social media. What kind of questions you guys want to ask us? And what we did, I'm going to just go ahead and flip this over so we can look at that. Is that better, or do you want to see us?
That's good.
Okay. Question number one was where to buy gear in the state of Oregon. And I'm going to make the assumption that you're talking about the Portland metro area because the rest, it's kind of a distance. But Portland, I would say definitely Moto Corsa. They have a great selection of my favorite brand of motorcycle gear, Revit, and the customer service there is second to none. They really, really take care of you. Anything you need, they will bend over backwards to try and help you out. So I am a really big fan of Moto Corsa. Shout out to you guys. If any of you guys are watching, cheers to you.
And it's a great shop. It's very fun to visit.
And if Shaheen's there, he's awesome. Say hi to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you're shopping online, I think Revzilla is one of my go-tos for sure. So check that out. If you can't find it at Moto Corsa, you can find it online.
Yeah, we've had good luck with cycle gear too.
Yeah, cycle gear too.
Yeah,
for sure. And Amanda asked, when is there going to be a Magpie times knobs camp out?
Times knobs.
It magnifies.
I don't know what the number for that equation is.
Infinity.
It's infinity. At least in silliness.
Yes.
Silliness numbers for sure.
Excited. The answer to that question is, when are you available, Amanda? Last I checked, she was going to be gone for this much time and back for this much time and then gone for this much time.
Well, I think it brings up a really good point that, we're all busy, right? When the summer season kicks in, which is a short season around here, we're all out doing things. And this last summer was a really busy one working on the new route. So, that was a big deal for us. And we've got a number of events that we go to. So,
Hey, Nathan.
What?
You want to tell us about anything about Oregon?
I do, but I want to save that.
Okay.
And I'm going to answer a question here that says, are we going to do the PA Wilds route next year? And I would love to do some more East Coast BDR type riding, but gosh, just the commitment to get over there and get bikes over there and time off, it's a big commitment.
Yeah.
So probably not.
Probably not next year, but at some point.
At some point, yeah.
My goal really would be to do the Mid-Atlantic BDR and the Northeast BDR and maybe toss in a PA Wilds while we happen to be in the area.
Amanda says there's camping in April, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're in.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll bring our warm bags.
So, other than that, if you guys are welcome to post any questions that you have in the comments. And besides that, we'll just jump into talking about kind of what we're doing this year, I guess.
Yeah. Tell us about our upcoming event.
Oh my God.
Less than 6 weeks.
So exciting. So the very first thing we're doing this year is the February 4th Oregon BDR film premiere in Portland. It's going to be at the Aladdin Theater. And I don't know if they're going to have enough seating for all of y'all, but I really hope that a lot of people come. It's going to be the premiere for the whole Oregon BDR, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. I've seen a little bit of the film, and it is pretty amazing. So I'm just really excited to share it with you. So the Aladdin's going to be awesome. The tickets, I think, are going to cost money, but they're usually pretty reasonable. And I think there's going to be a cap on the number of people. So you're going to want to get in on that premiere. And if you're not in the Portland area, the following Saturday, February 11th, there's going to be a premiere in Seattle. And then after that, there's going to be just like premieres all across the country. So definitely look forward to that. All the events are going to be on the website, on the Ride BDR website under the events list. So you can just go through that and figure out where premiere is near to you, and you can sign up. And Paul wants to know, how's the rally tower working out on Kris's bike?
Rally tower is epic. Actually, what's really epic is the lights. I mean, the rally tower is awesome. It blocks the wind, but I love the lights.
So tell them about like who makes the rally tower and who makes the lights.
The rally tower that I installed was Nomad ADV, and the lights are Cyclops. And the lights are that dual style. So there's the bottom light and the top light. And when you turn it on high beams, it's like it's like daytime. I bring the sun.
It's really annoying. I can't see anything. I have to fold my mirrors in.
Mirrors in, yeah. I call myself the headlight bully.
But I have no excuse now because we have the same tower and same lights.
That's true. That's true. And your lights don't bother me.
Well, that's because my eyes work better than yours.
That's true. Yeah, I can't see at night, but he sees like a cat. So yeah, the rally tower is awesome. I like all the space. I can see all the things at the same time.
Yeah, if you've ever owned or ridden a smaller dual sport, like a 690 or a 500 or a 350 or anything, you'll know that everything by the handlebars is super cramped and you can't see the speedometer, and any phone mounts or anything like that get in the way of seeing the speedometer and the turn signals and the high beam lights and all that stuff. So having that extra space up there to mount things and put a GPS on there is really helpful.
Don't tell my mom, I don't need to see the speedometer.
I think she does.
Well, even if she could see it, she doesn't look at it. This girl,
Unnecessary.
our very first long motorcycle trip, she got clocked by one of those automatic speed signs, where it says your speed is. She was going 74 in a 45 zone.
That's not what she told me, Nathan.
The speed limit changed.
You're sure that wasn't 47?
No, it was 70.
It was 47.
It was,
Yeah. She was riding a Ninja 250, and I didn't think he ever closed that throttle. I think it was wide open. He just wired it wide open.
Santa's here. I mean, Santa's here.
Amanda wants to know if there will be a link on the Oregon BDR tickets when they go live. Yes, there will be. I will definitely check the BDR website for that. ridebdr.com/events, I think, is the URL that you want to go to for that. So definitely sign up for those tickets.
Yeah, and we'll post it on our social media.
Yeah, we'll share it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's actually going to be, I think they're planning on live streaming that whole thing. So it's going to be a pretty significant event. If you're in the Portland area and you can make it, definitely do it.
This is Rumble.
Oh, we have doggies in this. I forgot to mention, dogs are a part of this. It's the reality. So we've got Pippin.
and this is Rumble.
Yeah.
And Rumble
It's
is
nice
not
to see.
always friendly, but he loves my name.
We call myself Grandma.
That's right.
Right. This is Grandma.
I do like extra power in my bike.
So the ET Red Bike story says, I guess Kris likes the extra power. The funny part of that is that for a long time, Kris was riding an XT225.
Yeah.
And we got her, the GS, which wasn't very reliable, did have a lot more power. You got a 650 GS. And think that was when we realized that you needed more power, but then you forgot that after we got rid of the GS. And you went back to the 225 and we did a 4,000-mile trip around the state of Utah, and that we rode them out there. We didn't trailer. So there was one incident. Tell them about the incident.
Three. Two. One was in Nevada. So we were going down this big long hill. It was just, downhill, long hill. On the freeway in Nevada. It's just a normal freeway. And the speed limit's like 90 or 80 or whatever it is. Wide open throttle. This XT only goes 70 on a good day with a tailwind. And that's what I'm doing going down this downhill. And all of a sudden I'm going 72 and 73 and 75. And I'm like, and it just says it's normal, speed wobble. That's what it does until it got into a tank slapper because I was going faster than the throttle could pull me out of. So I couldn't, usually if I'm trying to get out of a speed wobble, I just add throttle. You can't add throttle when you're already wide open. And so it was like, the handlebars are. Yeah, it was very exciting. And Nathan's in front of me on his KLR 650, which felt like a rocket ship compared to the XT.
I've never been in KLR feeling like a Ferrari, but
and he's like, I'm just gonna dial 911 in case this goes really bad. And I did what I do in dangerous situations. I freeze. You get fight, flight, or freeze. I got lots of freeze. I don't have much fight or flight in me. And I just waited, and it just eventually the ground flattened out. And the handlebar stopped banging back and forth, and it all worked out. Yeah, and there was another time when she went to pass on an uphill, and then it got downhill, and the semi gained more speed than she could gain, and so she was lane splitting on the double yellow between a semi and a van coming the other way. Yeah, and that was terrifying. And there were lots of incidents where an XT225 was not the right choice for a long. Included highway. Yeah, good highway bike. Yeah. So we got back and we got you a DR 650 and the XT 225 went away, and the DR was pretty good for a long time. It was really good for a long time.
Thank God for that. Oh, geez. I'm hearing all these stories.
We don't tell her.
Mother's worried.
But getting back to the original point, if Kris is power on her bikes, she's not a particularly fast rider, and I think she would say that. But it's important when you need that little burst of speed. If you're doing a highway trip, you need that little burst of speed to get around out of something that's dangerous. You have to have a bike that can burst. Yes. Yes. Pippin wants to go for a walk. No walks, Pippin. So he can tell us what he needs. Yeah, no, we definitely need that power. And I'm a faster rider now. I'm not fast. Yeah, I don't think I say that. But I'm trying to get out of the habit of calling myself slow. Because for a long time I was the slowest rider in the group. Yep. Yes. Let's see. Having reliable power on the freeway is so nice, isn't it? How's that Africa twin doing, Amanda? Amanda says I'm not slow. So she's ridden behind you on the Dalles and both of you, and Kris is not slow. The thing to know about Kris is she's very unpredictable. Amanda will never be parted from her twins. Yep. When you find something you love, you got to stick with it. Kris says I'm nuts. Yeah, you are. Critters know about nuts. What else are we doing this year, Nathan? Oh, okay. Gosh, man. So this is interesting. We're going to do a cruise. This has nothing to do with motorcycles, but we're going on a cruise in March with Alice, who is currently getting a drink.
I'm getting a beer.
And Terry, Kris's dad.
It's their 55th wedding anniversary this year.
I know I even look younger than that, so that's okay.
She's only 30. I don't know if she did it.
To make them call again, I can't remember.
But we have all sorts of adrenaline junkie stuff planned for our cruise.
Yeah. We're going to go do a quad thing, and we're going to go swim with dolphins, and we're going to do zip lining, and what else?
Hopefully hold a baby alligator. Seriously.
So I'm wondering should we go to the trouble of trying to make a YouTube video out of this cruise?
You'll have to tell us.
It's nothing has to do with motorcycles in it, except for maybe the quad things, the quad rides. So you tell us what you guys think. If we should make a video about that on the channel.
We need our butler. It's okay. Congrats to you on their 52nd wedding anniversary.
Thank you, Nathan. Yes.
It's her first year.
He's only had one.
It's a taller can than I'm used to. That's what happened exactly. So now I have to blame this for my mistake,
Okay.
right?
You put some weights on the bottom of that camera.
We're
And then
talking
Amanda
about 55 years,
Mhm.
and that's a great thing.
Yeah.
And
I
on your
recommend it.
50th, you went to Hawaii.
We did.
Yeah.
We were guests of theirs in a beautiful, beautiful, I guess we'd call it a timeshare.
Yeah.
Yeah, a timeshare. And they treated Terry and I, and we really had a great time.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you again. So that was super great.
It was great to spend time with you guys, seriously. And we rented motorcycles, and we made a silly video that was really kind of like, I've had these like sort of chapters to YouTube, and that's kind of been an interesting part of it. And this was like the chapter before I really kind of spent some time figuring out how to make YouTube videos that are entertaining. What do I want to say about that? I want to say that if you're thinking about becoming a YouTuber, don't.
No.
Or be ready for a lot of growth and work and time, and it is worth it, but it's also it's commitment. Yeah.
He's laughing at
Yeah.
us.
So,
Amanda says they already know what we're doing in April since we committed to a camping trip.
well, there's other things we're also doing in April, Amanda. So you're gonna have to black out these dates because we're not available unless you want to go with us to these things, and then we would love to see you. April 20th is the BDR fundraiser. That's down in New Mexico in Elephant Butte. And I highly recommend, if you've never been to a BDR fundraiser and you have the time and extra money to do it, they are kind of expensive, but it does go to a really good cause. And that's down in Elephant Butte. And there's some great riding down there, like right along the New Mexico BDR. And it's on a lake. And what else can I say about it?
I think it's going to be a good time. Last year's was a really good time. We
Yeah.
went to the Georgia one, and it was really cool because everybody who's there, almost everybody, is super passionate about the BDR. Except there was a couple people who were just like, oh, there's people getting together and ride motorcycles, and I don't have anybody to ride with. So they came to a BDR fundraiser and learned about the BDR from that, which is a cool way to do it because they give you like all this insider information that the rest of the public doesn't get. So that was really fun.
Emily says hi from. That's Jay. Oh, from.
How are you? Glad you got on, Lenny.
So that's the fundraiser happening April 20th, April 28th. So the following, I guess, weekend is the one show in Portland. We're going to be at that.
We'll see Amanda.
So we'll see. I'm sure Amanda will be there. She's awesome, and we can't wait for that. Let's see. May, we're camping with Amanda. No. Yes, was that right?
No.
No.
May I have blocked on our calendar anniversary trip, but there's no plan for it yet. We're just going to do a long weekend.
Yeah. We do. So tell them about what we do for our
Okay.
anniversary.
Sorry, I should call it our honeymoon.
Yeah.
So for our very first honeymoon, we took a trip. I was on a Ninja 250, as you mentioned, all the way down the coast. It was my first long trip on a motorcycle because I'd only been riding for 6 months. And it was our honeymoon, and it was amazing. And so every year now we recreate that, and we have a honeymoon every year. So we try to do something right around the time of our anniversary that has to do with motorcycles. But as the years have gotten busier, I think what we do has shifted and changed. So last year, the BDR fundraiser was also our anniversary trip.
Yeah. And some of my best memories of motorcycle trips that we've taken together, and we try to make these honeymoons just about her and I, because we take other people on motorcycle trips with us sometimes. And this one is just always about us. And what's really spectacular about it is that the first few years that we did it, we really did. Like, we did some pretty crazy, awesome trips.
Yeah.
That trip to Utah where you had the XT225 craziness. We did part of the Utah BDR. We did the White Rim Trail. We did Shaper Switchbacks. I mean, we spent 14 days. Think about this: 14 days camping off the bikes, no hotel. Oh no, we had one hotel night, and it was some of the most glorious memories I've ever had on a motorcycle. Just 14 days on the bike, just camping and being in the wilderness. It was just so fun.
Yes, I'm gonna do that again.
Yeah.
Next year.
So fun. And I don't know that we're going to have the time this year to do anything that extravagant. So,
Yeah.
June is Giant Loop. So, we're going to be at the Giant Loop ride, and that's always super fun. And I think we're going to be representing BDR. Actually, I got the official confirmation from Derek that we're going to be representing the BDR at that event.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Okay. Giant Loop. It's at a hot spring. Do I need to say anything else?
Yeah.
Spring motorcycles.
Well, the other piece of that is it's in Southeast Oregon, so it's at Crane Hot Springs, but it's also in the middle of some of the most remote country in the whole lower 48. So,
And for people who are interested,
I was going to say that the backcountry riding out there is amazing. So go ahead.
for people who are interested, like the Oregon BDR will be released by then.
Yeah, so you can do. So I can say this already. The BDRX is the Steens Mountains and the Albert Desert, and so you're going to be able to ride all of that by then. So yeah, definitely, it is definitely worth it.
And then just hop on the BDR. Take a week or two off.
Yeah.
Travis is here. Bonnie's going to Giant Loop this year.
That
That'll
would be
fun.
awesome. So
Yeah.
see you, Bonnie. What did I miss here?
I think that's it.
Okay.
All right.
July is
Well, now you missed one in June.
sorry, Tour Rally. We go to that every year, and that's like the one rally in this world I would never miss. Griffin's having a fun time playing with his toys. The Tour Rally is something special. If you've never been, it's a riding rally. It's about motorcycling, but the area is really near Leavenworth, Washington, and we call it Heavenworth because it is for motorcycling, especially big bikes. It is scenic and fun and not too challenging. And I mean, they've really put in a lot of years of research into finding some of the best routes out there. They're all loops. They're all rated like easiest to hardest. And even at the hardest end of the scale, it's not terribly difficult. I mean, if you've been riding for 5 or 6 or 7 years, you're going to be out there just having a good time. The riding's entertaining. There's texture, there's views, there's places to stop and check out, mountain peaks and stuff like that. But it's really something for everybody. They really thought of like, how do I be as inclusive with the community as possible? There's camping, there's RV parking. You can get a hotel in Leavenworth, and it's kind of expensive to do that, but Leavenworth is really awesome too because it's like a German themed Bavarian town, and you've got like brats and beer and what's the dancing that you like to do?
Polka.
And
And the chicken dance.
yeah. So it's just beautiful there. It's like Bavarian Alps, like an American version of it. So, and Amanda's gonna be there.
Amanda's first time.
Oh my
I'm so
gosh.
excited, Amanda.
We like to volunteer.
He's gonna be there too.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. We like to volunteer to lead rides. And it used to be that they had lead and swept rides, right? So it was like you had your little ducklings that you were kind of guiding through just to make sure everybody was safe. If you got a flat tire or something, I've actually far more often people send their bikes off to the trail for some reason. But recovering people's bikes is another thing that happens. But they've stopped doing that. And I think it's mostly because there aren't enough volunteers leading and sweeping rides. So if you're somebody who is competent mechanically, you're a decent rider, or even if you're just intermediate to a novice rider, the rides are plenty easy.
Yeah.
If you know how to fix flat tires, if you like helping people, if you like navigating, it's honestly how I got started with creating BDRs, GPS tracks, just getting interested in the whole navigation portion of BDR.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the
It's a
inspiration.
great way to meet community, right? Like
Yeah.
If you're looking for other riders, if you're looking for, like that's how you got involved with BDR. Yeah. And I like that you can be a less experienced rider and lead or sweep some of those easier rides. Even if you're not the best mechanic, you're out there with other people.
Yeah.
So I like JB welding people's engines. That's my favorite thing to do as a sweep.
There, I was leading and Kris was sweeping, and we were kind of near Sugarloaf, and part of the group was all the way to the top of the Sugarloaf Lookout, which is an amazing lookout tower. You get this amazing 360-degree view of all the mountains out there. And we had the group up there, but we're still waiting. And Kris and I use two-way radios, and I hear on the radio, hey, we've got a bike and rider down. No big deal. We're just patching this engine. Don't worry about us. Don't come back. We're good. And I hear that Kris is putting JB Weld on the side of a 1200 GS who had crashed and busted his engine open, oil leaking out. Kris was JB Welding it.
Everything I know about mechanicking from this one. That was really fun. And I don't know if I'm teaching or not this year. There's a loose conversation right now happening, and I love teaching new riders. And there's a challenge course, and I highly recommend that people just get out and do the challenge course because it is challenging. It is aptly named. But it was such a good experience to like be out there on the bike, trying my stuff, trying to actually stay upright over logs and in sand and all that stuff, and having everybody cheer me on and picking my bike up over and over and over.
My advice to you, because I wanted to make that about you. I didn't want to take away your thunder. My advice to you on that was and you were open to it, was to just, no matter what happens, just pick up your bike and keep going. Just keep going, no matter what. Try and finish as best you can.
I didn't even realize when I got to the end of it.
It's like people don't do that stuff because they're afraid of failure. And what you really need to have the mindset for to get through that is that it doesn't matter if I drop my bike or if I put a foot down. I'm out there just to have fun. And like you said, people cheer you on. They help you.
Yeah.
It's all about community.
Yeah.
I can comment on that. When Kris was young, we used to do a lot of skiing, mountain skiing. And I was the best follower daughter you've ever met in your life because I fell all the time. And so I could really get up very promptly and swiftly and comfortably. And so I always taught her, remember, it's not the end of the line. You just do that, you pull yourself up and keep going. So that's my story about Kris. Oh, okay. Lots of fun.
Well, being lower to the ground helps too.
Yes.
I get that too, Nathan. But being short also helps you, perhaps.
So in July, we're also doing the Oregon BDR, and I would just read between the lines here. We're doing it in July.
Okay.
As far as timing goes.
The king has spoken.
August is Rocky Mountain Roll. I'm really excited to go to Amanda's event. We did this one year and we led a small group of dual sport riders on kind of an off-road route, and that was super fun, but we didn't plan enough time to get there comfortably. We did 650 miles in a day to get there. We went to the rally and then we did 650 miles on the way back, and the event was super cool, and Montana is beautiful, but I was exhausted after all of that. And so we're going to do it differently this year. And I hope you guys aren't shaming us virtually, right? But we're going to haul the bikes, and it's going to be the way that we're going to enjoy it the most. This year, because I burned all of my time off last summer, I work at a school district and I get my time off in chunks of July 1st through June 30th. So I'm in like this period of I burned all my time off now on the Oregon route. And so I'm just like kind of waiting to get more time off come July 1st, 2023. So we have to do this in a very compressed time frame because of all the other events that we're doing and movie showings and the, Tour Tech rally and all that stuff. So,
but luckily, Rocky Mountain Roll is after that.
Yes, but we still have lots of events to go to. So I have to be very careful about how much time I use off, even though I get like 25 days a year.
It's a lot of it.
Yeah.
But we do a lot of motorcycling.
Yeah.
Right.
And I changed jobs. So now I don't work Fridays again. So he's going to be taking a lot of long weekends, which gets more time off again.
Yeah.
We were so excited to be there, Amanda.
Yeah. So we're really excited to join you. And I just elaborating on the fact that it's going to be more fun for us, I think, if we at least haul the bikes most of the way there.
Yes.
Yeah. And the redneck shower is going to be exciting.
I do like the redneck hot tub.
The Tour Tech Rally. The Tour Tech Rally also has a redneck shower, and the water is completely unheated, and it is the coldest water. Oh my gosh. You do it when it's 100 degrees outside in the middle of the day, because otherwise, wow, it is like it takes your breath away. You're like, So anyway, that's kind of the schedule of events for 2023. We wanted to keep you guys up to date on what we're doing. We haven't posted many videos on the channel in the last month or two because, well, the weather's been terrible here, and I've been really busy with,
Stuff.
all
Well,
the things.
and we got an electric car. And so we've been traveling with that.
Well, the weather has been terrible.
Maybe
Right.
that's what makes the car the better choice.
Yeah. So I feel like that's an excuse and it's a lame cop out, but it is what it is.
More
Okay.
videos in the new year.
Question for you, Nathan.
Yeah.
Okay, since you do a lot of things in the summer and so on, and this is my second podcast, whatever you want to call it, I've watched.
Mhm.
And so I've been involved in the first one. Do you have a lot of these? Other people do a lot of these? And
Yeah.
you watch them and so on and so
Yeah.
forth?
My friend Ben with Dork in the Road does these on a monthly basis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he does these monthly, and he was trying to talk Kris and I into doing these monthly as well, because his goal was to have like sort of like a group of live streamer YouTubers that had
Sure.
like something every Friday, and we could alternate. So his Friday would be there, and our Friday would follow his, and then Amanda could do another one the following Friday, and Travis could do another one. So we
Right.
could kind of have this rotating live stream thing where everybody's hanging out and drinking beers. Like, by the way, let's drink a beer.
Oh, I have been. I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to? Okay.
Always drinking beers.
Well, yeah, I was interested in that because I know working your 40, 50 hours a week, whatever, 60 some weeks, I'm
Yeah.
sure. And then as much as you guys go, which we sort of know about, most of the time, then how do you have time to do these and watch these in your spare time?
There is no spare time.
Okay.
I've been burning the candle at both ends, and I think that's been part of the last kind of 2 months of not doing YouTube, is that I got burned out.
Oh, YouTube. That's the word I wanted to use.
Mhm.
Sorry, got it.
Yeah, I've been burned out. Honestly, I'm just trying to recover.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That was interesting to me because I was listening to all this going on, and I thought, and I know they're gone a lot because we sort of are the sort of watch them where they're at.
There are
Right.
spots.
They're spotters, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. They're spotters, that's right. And then I think, wow, and then you have to this to do and set up for, which we did watch today, my husband and I. It's amazing what has to happen to put one of these on. And Nathan is fantastic. You're really good.
Thank you.
And Kris is good too.
That's distracting him.
There's a lot of modesty that goes into improving. I've been doing YouTube now for what, like 7, 8 years, something like that.
Has it been?
It's been like 8 years. Yeah, we started it back in, I think, 2015, something like that. And for better or worse, Amanda has inspired us to keep doing YouTube and to start doing YouTube. So thanks a lot, Amanda, as the magpie flies. There's like this never ending, and she knows all about this. And I'm sure Kris,
Critter
and Travis, and whoever else is in the channel, in the chat doing YouTube knows that. I mean, it's just like this continuous self-improvement, trying to get better. And I don't see it as like, hey, I want to grow my audience because I want to have all these followers, because I want to be an influencer, because I want people to think I'm cool and like they're like way less than me and I'm way better than them. I don't think that. What I really like is building community. I like having people a part of us, and I like sharing other people as well. Like I do a pretty fair amount of like sharing Amanda's channel and sharing Ben's channel and sharing Travis's channel. Like it's a community of YouTubers, and it's
Right.
kind of cool to be involved in that.
Yeah, it sounds super. I mean, the years we've watched this kind of thing, well, knowing you guys are always traveling and so on, we've seen, I don't know, you keep saying you're not improving or you are improving. You should
I
say.
am improving. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
But I thought you were good to start with.
Oh,
I
thank
didn't
you.
really realize, but then as you mention it and I see, okay, you are really, really great.
Yeah.
And
Thank
I
you.
think you're just general, your attitude of helping others and being with people and so on is super, Nathan. And Kris, you too.
He's always been like that. See,
I
here's the
know, you're the
thing.
mother, I know.
Chris's bar is up here, yeah?
Right?
And my bar keeps kind of like raising into the
My bar for what?
your bar for like being a good person and wanting to help people and build community. And,
Yeah.
Let's go along with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's always been that way. As a mom, I can say that.
She's not biased.
She's paying me later, don't say.
yeah. So yeah, thank you. And I think that's part of the Christmas spirit too. You know, it's good to talk about this in this time frame because like family, I think, goes beyond the extent of just, you know, blood. Like this is, you guys are a part of our family, our community. So thank you for being here and joining us for this. I also need to say thank you to Critter for the donation. Thank you so much for that. You really don't have to do that, and but we appreciate it. I'm sure we'll use it to buy a memory card or a camera. Or I'm addicted to camera gear at this point. So
He is.
Yeah.
We hope to see you at Giant Loop 2023.
yes, we do. Hope to see you there, Critter. And let's see, I'm doing a bad job of engaging in the community with this chat. So what have we missed?
Jay, that's really sweet. Jay says he can't get enough of it. Keep doing the thing.
Right.
And I love the community. That's why I like the chats on these.
Yeah.
It's like, that's where everybody gets to talking with each
Right.
other.
That's super.
Yes. And yes, we are authentic.
Yeah, I mean that's the other piece is that you get to see everything, warts and all, you know. All of Chris's water dunkings.
That's mandatory. You got to put that stuff out there because that is why people like feel brave enough to then go do it themselves. Oh, Amanda, cheers! Thank you.
All right. So it's not too, but now it's bribery for how cold it is in April.
It's okay. I got my 0-degree bag from Moto Camp Nerd, and I'm not afraid of the cold anymore.
The other thing, Kris, is we're watching this channel. What was it called? Outdoor.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was a great channel. I was like, man, this guy's doing really good at talking to the camera. Well, I should get better at that. We're watching this guy and he's exploring. He's like trying to find this B-29 bomber wreck, you know, and he's like doing all this through hiking and stuff. And he's in Alaska, which is my home state, which is super cool. And he was like sliding down the side of this glacier and he found this B-29 bomber wreck. And I was thinking, man, this guy is doing so well. This is so inspiring to see. And it's not even motorcycle content, but I just love watching really good YouTubers like share their experience and how they film it and how they talk about it. You know, it's really cool.
And I think the connection there is that he had down booties, which Amanda also has.
Christina, was that?
So this says to me, there are two parts of me that get cold when we're camping. One of them is my feet, and the other is my tushy. So I need down underwear and down booties.
Is that thing? Does anybody know if they make down underwear?
So if you're looking for a early birthday present, which Christmas Kris down booty, you're it. So maybe Amanda and Critter will help us buy some down booties for Kris.
So Amanda says down pants are for real a thing. Interesting.
Okay. Maybe you can cut the legs off, you know, like right here, you know, and they just become down panties.
There you go. What a sight that would be to see.
You do need down booties. You are correct.
You
told me I trust Amanda.
Everybody should trust Amanda.
Right, I agree with that.
Yes.
So what else is on the list?
That's
Oh, no, there are more things.
I forgot.
We wanted to tell you about something else BDR related. There's a bike raffle going on right now, and you may or may not want to win a Norden 901, but you should definitely think about donating to the BDR. They've got the bike raffle going on from until January 20th is when they draw the winner, and tickets are $25 an entry, and they get cheaper per ticket the more tickets you buy. The bike is like totally kitted out with all this awesome aftermarket stuff like crash bars and luggage and suspension upgrades and graphics. And it's like a special BDR edition bike. And thank you, Amanda, for posting that link. And enter to win it. Its drawing is January 20th, and all of the donations go to support the BDR 100%. The BDR bought the bike, but all of the aftermarket accessories and luggage and everything were donated. And it's just super cool to see the motorcycle industry and the motorcycle community come together and, you know, support such an amazing cause as the BDR nonprofit.
Yeah, 28 days.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
counting.
right, right.
Yeah.
Critter Moto says, down pants, you need to wear a belt and then they won't be down.
All right, cheers to that one. Thanks, Peter.
Critter, you moving closer. We need to hang out more.
Need to be a part of this goofy game, Critter.
Or we just need to go to him. When are we going to Canada?
As soon as we clear our schedule. Since every year we're like, geez, we're not gonna make any plans, and then all the plans just sort of come our way. But the one thing we always do is what?
Fun?
Okay.
Our honeymoon.
Yes.
I just saw a big question mark when you said that.
Yes.
Yeah, the holiday auction is closed, and if you donated to the BDR holiday auction, thank you for posting those links, Amanda. The holiday auction was super successful, and I helped out with getting some of those vendors involved, and it was really cool to see people's bids kind of going up over time, and knowing that all of the vendors for the motorcycle like prizes and experiences, trainings, vacations, motorcycle parts, gear, all that, all of those dollars 100% went to the BDR because all of those prizes were donated. So I mean, that was just, it blows my mind, the generosity of the motorcycle community. Everybody's just really inspired to keep this thing going.
Big new roads.
Yeah, big things are coming. So
What routes are they working on next? Like, what group?
well, if you've had your head under a rock, you wouldn't know that Oregon is coming in 2023. February 4th, the route is being officially posted on the website. The map is coming out then as well, so you'll be able to buy a map from Butler Maps. So they're amazing maps. The tracks are going to be posted. I can't talk about the route yet, but for February 4th, we'll talk about all the details and I'll fill you all in. Next, and then also is releasing the BDRX, the Oregon BDRX. So that's also a part of it. The year after that, I can't tell you which route is coming, but it's awesome.
But it's one of the group. They have how many posted right now that they're working on?
Montana, Northern California. What else?
Southeast?
Southeast.
I don't know what else is posted. I haven't looked recently. That might be it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Are those all new routes then you're talking about?
Yeah,
Those will all be new.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah. I've been helping
Okay.
Ron West and Trevor. I've been helping them a little bit with the NorCal route. So I've ridden 90% of that route, and it is like, I don't want to say this publicly. It's probably my favorite BDR.
To do us then. This is that closer to us? Yes, no? San
It's
Jose.
closer than Oregon.
Well, I can't fly there. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Can we call what I do helping
What do you do?
when I go to Northern California to hang out with you guys and ride into trees?
Kris is the comedic relief to any of the scouting trips. She's always the comedic relief. If we need somebody to crash into the bushes and like everybody can hear her hysterically laughing about crashing into the bushes, she's your woman.
I haven't sent my bikes off any cliffs in California yet.
My face just glowed.
That's
Barb
right.
said hi from work, but she's going back.
I mean, hi, Barb.
Oh, I guess she's here from work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going anywhere.
And yes, Critter does need to come. The Rocky Mountain Roll.
What?
Critter does need to come.
He's not coming? He was thinking about not coming.
January 10th. Got to get tickets by January 10th. Set a calendar.
Tickets are all sold out. So January 10th is when.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the power of the magpie.
The power of the magpie. Amanda, we need a shirt. You are a sorceress. Look at all these people you inspire.
Even Tippin, the dog over here, my favorite little puppy, right? Okay. He's saying, yay, zeros are up. I like it. Okay. Come over, Tippin, see you, Papa. Like they said earlier, continue saying, we're all family.
Mhm.
Oh, see? Yep.
So great. Oh, or a transformer. That'd be a cool movie. Somebody needs to make that YouTube video.
Amanda is a transformer? Okay, so Amanda, tell us in the chat, what would you transform into if you were a transformer? Tell us in the chat, Amanda. And if it's funny, we'll all drink to it. Yeah, like a vehicle.
Like a
Yeah,
vehicle.
what would you
Is that a
transform into if you were a transformer?
A twin.
Oh, a 90s Peterbilt. Yeah. I'm talking about like one of the Cracker Box ones with the flat front. A unicycle. All right, now everybody tell us what you would transform into. Just say it in the comment and in the description. Oh, the long nose ones. Okay.
Okay, we said we were cheers.
Okay, we're cheersing to Amanda. She's turning into a Peterbilt. Motorcycle transformer.
Yeah,
Dinner time.
All right, Kris, it was good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for joining us.
What are you cooking? Wait, don't go.
Yeah, tell us what you're cooking. Yeah, what are you cooking before you go?
Then we'll just all imagine we're eating.
Ferrari 308. Yeah.
You loved the Peterbilt since you were 5.
Mm.
You knew a lot more about motorcycles when you were 5 than I did.
Pot stickers. Yum. I love pot stickers.
Ooh, yum. Bye. Miss you.
Bunny's going to transform into a Baja Bug. Do you know what a Baja Bug is?
No.
It's a Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's been modified to go off roads. It's got higher ground clearance and bigger tires. Yeah.
There's 4 of them, right? 4 tires.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You know what a Volkswagen Beetle is,
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's with a little higher off the ground, off-road wheels.
You
Okay.
could go on that.
I can go on that.
She could
Yeah.
go on that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna try. I really have not had that much alcohol. Tiger 900 Rally, that would be cool to be transformed into. Those are good looking machines. You got to ride one, didn't you?
900, 800.
The 900
I
Rally?
haven't ridden the 900 yet.
I'm the one who rode the 900 Rally. That's right.
You're wasn't it Brett's?
Yeah, Brett Fox. If you're not following Brett Fox on Instagram, he's got an amazing Instagram. It's Asphalt on Beyond, I think.
Oh yeah.
He's posted some amazing pictures. He just did a rally on that bike. He's like prepared a Tiger 900 Rally for full rally mode, and he did Mexico. Was it the?
Let's go bomb.
No, it wasn't a 1000. Anyway, he's got some great pictures of that bike.
And it's on there.
Thanks, Amanda. So, Amanda wants to know what we would turn into if we were Transformers. I'm going to start with you, Alice.
Oh my.
You have to think of a machine with wheels.
Tricycle?
A tricycle. Okay. Like a pedal one?
Oh, absolutely. Exercise.
Okay. You would exercise yourself.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I used to have a tricycle when I was a kid. It was one of those ones that were super low to the ground. And you like pedaled the front wheel, and then you could like lock up the rear brakes and like have it slide around like and do cookies. That's all I did all day long was rock up the rear wheels and slide around. Yep.
Is that because Amanda's here?
Yeah.
Cookies or donuts? Put it in the chat.
So what about you, Kris? What would you transform into?
Well, I was tempted to say a Jeep, but then I wouldn't be able to drive the Jeep. But I could be the Jeep.
Yourself?
That sounds strange. Driving myself crazy.
What kind of Jeep would you be?
I'm specifically thinking of the one that I drove. Because it was. I was hanging out with Veterans Back 40 and I got to drive a really fun Jeep. And I really liked it a lot. And I wanted it.
Square headlights, right?
Yeah.
So why Jeep?
I don't
I don't remember all the Jeeps. So it's like CJ, YJ, different letters for different models of Jeeps. If you're a Jeep person, just put it in the comments. Which one has the square headlights?
Bonnie says she'd turn into a big wheels.
Okay.
Everybody says cookies.
Yeah.
Oh, Bonnie says CJ7.
It wasn't a CJ7. It was newer than that. It was like 90s era. With the square headlights. Okay, so I would turn into, I haven't even thought of this.
I'll read those while you're thinking. Maybe a trials bike. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Go to Ethan again.
Yeah, YJ. I was right. Mid 90s. It was a YJ. Yeah. I don't know. What would I turn into? Probably like a Maserati or something. Something Italian, you know, something like Italian sports car or something, you know.
Wait, what's the new car that can go 0 to 60 in less than a second? Sorry, I put Nathan on the spot.
McMurtry or McMurder or McMurdery or McMurter, I think. It's a electric one-seater Formula One style car they're making a road going version. This one wasn't. It has active aero in the sense that it has a fan that sucks it down to the ground so that it has downforce, 2,000 pounds of downforce at any speed. And what that does for you is obviously makes it so you can corner a lot faster. You can go around corners a lot faster because the car is being sucked into the ground with a fan. And it's electric and it does 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds or some crazy number.
It's really fast.
Really fast.
Yeah.
Probably not that one though, because as much as I like electric cars, if I was going to be a transformer, I would transform into something that makes a sexy sound.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Maserati, Ferrari, or Lamborghini or something.
Although they did show us in that video that car that I forgot the name of already.
Now I'm not going to know what you're talking about.
The fan made the sound, remember?
The fan made
it. Rev it up.
It made a fan sound.
It made a fan sound.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I would transform into. It's very nondescript.
Some sort of Maserati Italian sports car that makes a sexy sound.
Probably has to have a V12.
No one's to be a semi truck. All her belongings with her. And she likes the sound of a diesel.
Yep.
60 Chevrolet GT car.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Good fun. We're getting close on time.
Yeah, so I'm open to just talking about whatever you want to talk about.
What's everybody doing for the holidays? Do you have time off? Hopefully you have time off. Any old Italian V-twin. What else do you want to talk about? What do we... What does it say? B12.
B12.
I have the eyes. Did I say B twin?
Yeah.
So I could see B12.
No fall plans for 2023. That's a tricky one. I think that by the time fall comes around, we're like tired of having plans. Does that make sense?
Yes, we just want to go.
No, I'm gonna get confused. I'm confusing myself already. Was it this fall that I went camping with Ben and Travis, or was that last fall?
You went camping this past fall with them?
Yeah. So Travis, Ben, and I. Was there somebody else there? I can't remember. We went camping and they all posted videos on their channels. They all posted videos on their channels, and I did not because I was just really like, by the time fall came around, I'm just like, I just want to go on a camping trip and not worry about having a camera.
Was Tim there? Amanda asked.
No,
No.
Tim was not there.
Bummer. Oh, 5 days off and a new puppy. So
Uh-huh.
you posted pictures of this puppy?
Pippin is really interested in that. A
Puppy?
new puppy?
New
A new puppy,
Pippin wants a
wow.
puppy.
Pippin just turned 1 year old this month.
Cheers to Pippin.
Cheers to Pippin.
And
And I think the great thing about Pippin is that he is a rescue from the streets of California. And we got him, he was supposed to be a she named like Petunia or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah, me.
And he was supposed to be a she corgi. And we showed up and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess he's a Chihuahua boy. But he's been the best doggy. He's just like so playful and lighthearted and fun, and like everything is just all about playing and having fun and loving and snuggling, and yeah, he's a good boy.
He's my spirit dog.
You do what?
He's my spirit dog.
Oh, yeah.
He's always in a good mood.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what happens.
That sort of describes Kris also, and Nathan. But Kris, because I've known her so many years, I won't give her age though. But once a
I'm
year.
47.
See, Molly's never tell all the truth, so.
But she's only 30. I don't know how that works.
Well, I also think that Alice sees the best in everyone because not always in a good mood. Right, Kris?
I don't see that though.
I
You.
try to be.
Yeah, you always are.
Yeah. Welcome to a PNW ADV. Thanks for joining us, even if you're late. That's super cool that you took the time to join our silly little live stream.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, your bike's a rescue from Northern Ontario?
Yeah, ADV Red Bike Stories says his bike for her. I'm not sure. It rescues from Northern Ontario and it's a cross between a collie and a German Shepherd.
Very.
I think that adopting rescue dogs is a very noble thing to do, and I think that more people should do that.
Agree.
Yep. They're amazing. Rumple's also a rescue, but he was quite adult when we got him. Hi, Rumple. He heard me say his name.
Yes.
And he maybe didn't have the easiest life beforehand. So now we try to give him the best possible life with all of the love in the world. And he's picked Nathan as his person, even though it's actually Nathan's daughter's dog.
Snuggling with me. Wondering, is that Wadnix? Yeah, Wandering Wadnix. Thanks for the Merry Christmas message. Merry Christmas to you. And thank you for thinking our goofy YouTube channel is inspiring. We just really go out and ride motorcycles and do dumb things and post the videos about it. So we appreciate that you think that's inspiring. Yeah, that's the most important thing. I think, there's a mindset to exploring and having fun and being out in the wilderness and going and doing that on motorcycles. And that is just like, no matter what happens, I'm doing this thing to get away and have fun and have a good time and enjoy myself. So
Yes, there's like type 1 fun, right? Where there's fun in the moment and it's fun to talk about later, and type 2 fun, where it's not fun in the moment, but it's fun to talk about later. And there's type 3 fun. I don't know what that is.
Type 3 fun is the kind of fun you get a flat tire and it's 39 degrees and it's pouring rain and you're changing a tube on the side of the road, being splashed by semi trucks that are coming by you, and you're soaking wet and you can't get the tube in, and you can't get the bike back together.
Ooh.
I remember this.
Yes.
And then you call your wife.
Yep. And then she gives you a ride to the other side of the mountain where it's dry.
Yeah, these things happen.
So we're coming up on an hour. I'm going to put it out there in the comments. Do you guys think we should keep going for another 20, 30 minutes? What do you guys think? Should we go for another 20 minutes?
Do you? I think we got through all of our things.
Yeah. This is about them. This is about our audience. What do you guys think? Should we keep going or do you want to cut it off? More drinks or less drinks?
Less? At least felt one.
Are you having fun?
I'm having fun.
It's great. Super great.
Okay, then we need our audience to tell us some things to talk about.
Yeah.
Putting the pressure back on you.
Drinks.
And you.
So our plans for the next few days, if you live in the United States, you know that it's probably really cold wherever you're at. And if you live in California,
Oh, 70 degrees probably. Starting, I think, the next couple of days, yes, up to 60 to 70.
so you're in,
But we are here in Portland at a high of 22, I think it was.
yeah.
With snow on the ground, which is nice for them from North Dakota originally. And snow for Christmas is sort of wonderful. So it's okay.
You're okay with it?
Uh-huh.
It's really slick outside because the whole ground is coated in ice. You
Now I want to go
probably should,
shopping.
let's wait until it warms up. It's the whole ground is coated in ice. It's
Absolutely.
so slick.
Absolutely.
Yes. Jay just won whatever contest we're winning. -30 wind chill right now.
Oh my God. Where's he from?
Indiana.
Indiana. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. And I was texting with Matt today, Z1K Wanderer, and it's 50 degrees there. He's like, off work. I'm going to go riding.
Yeah.
He's in Nevada. Yeah. So, but most of the US is with us.
So 80 Feet Red Bike Story wants to know, what is the best gift you guys have gotten for Christmas? Well, I'm going to assume he or she means past Christmases.
Yes.
Because we haven't gotten our gifts for this Christmas yet.
Right.
So let's start with you, Alice. What gift have you gotten that's been the best gift for Christmas?
I think the best gift ever is probably people that I love being with. And I think just seeing them and having, well, after COVID, when there was no time to see anybody,
yeah,
and you were on film only, I'll say the best gift is family, at least being able the opportunity you're having to see, but to embrace and hug and have a shot. Fireball, that's great.
Yeah.
That is the best ever. This togetherness. That's how I feel.
That's the full Christmas spirit.
That
Thank you
is-
for sharing.
Yep.
What about you, Kris?
I like that. I like spending the time. I like mistletoe.
Oh, where's the mistletoe in the house?
It's right there.
You sorry to
The danger
Terry.
We just have to bring Rumple over there.
There you go.
Let's see. I don't know. That is such a hard question. Christmas gifts. I love handmade stuff, and I like experiences a lot.
You like this?
Experiences and handmade stuff.
Right.
So yeah, I love it when we'll get art from both of our kids. They're both artistic, really, really fun. I should bring over that card. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I think this was last year. This is one that Nathan's daughter created for him last year, and I think Santa on the dirt bike
Yeah.
with his hat flying off.
Oh my God, yes. You made that one?
Yeah.
Oh, she's super. Wow.
Yeah, my daughter is 22, and she is quite artistic. I don't know where she got it from. Probably her mom's side, because I can't draw a stick figure for the life of me. But she had a brief stint where she was drawing on her iPad. So she was making all these cool illustrations. And so it was really cool to see that. And I'm sure that Amanda would also enjoy geeking out on art, but I just don't have any skill. Have any skill at all.
Yes. Our shop heated?
Yes, it is heated. We've got a little bit of work left to do on that. So Amanda wants to know if our shop is heated. We put in a couple of electric heaters, actually, mounted on the wall and all that stuff. But there's still a little bit of a draft coming in on the eave where the roof meets the walls. So we've got to spray foam that up a little bit, but it's insulated, it's heated. It probably, it brings it up a good 20 degrees from whatever ambient is outside. So, if it's 40 outside, it's 60 in there eventually.
Yeah.
So it's comfortable. Yeah.
Raptor Pack Adventures is here.
Oh,
Is Bubba here?
yeah. Yeah, we want to know. Is Bubba here? Is Bubba watching? Tell us in the comments.
Yes. And has he been riding his lawnmower recently? Let's see. When is the 2023 honeymoon ride? Sometime around the 17th of May?
Yeah, usually mid to end of May is when we go. And around here, May is
Sorry. To interrupt. Go ahead.
mid to end of May is usually when we go. And the problem is that here in Oregon, May is like super questionable. It's like could be raining, could be cold, could be nice. It's sort of the beginning of the nicer weather, end of May, early June. But I mean, even June sometimes is pretty bad. But anyway, point is, we usually normally head south. We usually go to California, Northern California, Central California, because that's sort of like the quickest way to get into better weather. Eastern Oregon is an option as well. Nevada is an option as well, but usually that's kind of cold as well too. So because it's desert, so usually Northern California.
Yeah.
You have a motorcycle that you let get away and like to have back.
Do we have a motorcycle that we let get away and would like to have back? What do you think? So you're the one that's going to care about this more than I.
I'm really happy with my bikes. I did love my KX100 a lot. But I kind of
1999 KX100.
Yeah.
Dirt bike. You drove.
That
Yeah.
was a great bike. And I loved my Beta too.
You cross trainer.
My cross trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are both great dirt bikes. But I love my 350. Yeah.
Which one do you like better, your KTM 350 XE or your KTM 690?
We don't choose. We love everybody equally in our family.
I heard you say something different.
No.
Yes. You said something different. Here's what I've heard you say. I've heard you say your 350 is your favorite motorcycle ever.
Said that.
Ever.
But not when I was riding the 690. Only when I was riding the 350.
For me, so a long time ago, the second bike I ever owned, and it was the first one I bought with my own money. Back in 2005, I bought a Yamaha YZ250 two-stroke dirt bike. And I had that bike from 2005 until just like, a year ago? And it was a long time. I had a lot of memories on that bike. It had a ton of hours on it, probably over 1,000 hours or something. Super reliable. I mean, it never left me stranded. It's a really fun bike, but I got to a point where I was doing more dual sport type things. So I needed a license plate with my motorcycle. So for me, it was about just upgrading to a dirt bike that has a plate. And that's why I got the KTM 500. And I love that motorcycle. It's really, really fun to ride.
And we're starting it. So Amanda was teasing us the other night because we'd started the 690 cult and we're starting a new cult now.
What is it?
It's the 500 cult.
Oh, yeah. So Tim, my friend Tim, aka Timmers on Instagram, he rode my 500 at the TourTech scouting ride. We were scouting the TourTech ride. He rode my 500 and he would not stop riding it. We traded bikes and I assumed that he would stop at the next intersection and we could trade back. because I'm riding his Tiger 800, and it's kind of a big, heavy nut.
Big friendly dinosaur.
Yeah,
Dinosaur.
big friendly dinosaur. Shock had like 30,000 miles on it. He clapped out, but he just kept riding it all day long, and he wouldn't give it back. And so, sitting there watching him have more fun than I'm having on my bike. And so he went and bought a 500 like a couple weeks later or something like that. And then now your friend Kris is buying a KTM 500, or he bought a KTM 500.
Bought it, what, 2 days ago?
2 days ago, yeah.
And put it today in the ice.
He did? Really?
Are you on, Kris? You better say hi.
If you're not dead, say hi. And if you are dead, you better be not dead.
Yes, because he's going with us on the BDR. Well, that was the whole point too of getting the 500.
Yeah. Does little Dork have the bikes you got from you? I don't know. I think so.
It's there.
It's in the comments.
Yes.
Who says that?
Yep. Jay does. It's such a good. Okay, the XT225 was a great bike, and I still have a deep fondness for that bike. But after riding like all the other bikes, getting back on a 250, 225, I was like, I don't need that anymore.
It's a progression. You work your way up. You don't, when you're skiing,
Right.
you don't start out on the advanced slope with downhills, like back cross country skis or backcountry. What am I trying to say? You don't start off with advanced skis.
Right.
You start off with beginner skis on the bunny slope. It's the same thing with a beginner motorcycle.
Right.
You start off with a 1,000cc, 600-pound bike. You start out on a little bike.
And it's fun. And my Auntie Debbie's here.
Hi, Auntie Debbie.
This is Nathan.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Bonnie's ready to upgrade from her XT. What? You love that bike. What are you going to get? Tell us in the comments.
Fun. You should come over and ride Kris's 350 because you're going to be addicted to KT3's 350s after that.
Yes.
It's really fun.
Unless you're Amanda and you start with a 600 pounds, 850cc bike and work backward. That's a good plan. A non-off-road bike that you took off-road. I remember that.
I also think Amanda should try out some dual sports, some small, lightweight bikes.
You can ride. We'll trade whenever you want. You can ride the little dual sports anytime. Maybe after the ice melts, Bonnie, just come on by.
Yeah, I'll give you a key. You just come and grab the bike and
Field. That's what we do.
put some gas back in it when you're done.
We actually have a front yard full of logs right now that eventually some of will become actual log hops in the fields. That's very exciting because we had a cedar tree that had to be cut down, which is sad because it was our favorite tree. But the log hops are going to be great. Anyway.
So we're planning. Kris asked me after doing the challenge course at Tour Tech. If you've never been to the Tour Tech rally, the challenge course has like sand pits followed by like piles of logs that are 2.5 feet in diameter. So the trick with the sand pit and the logs is that you have to have enough balance and momentum to keep your momentum and balance through the sand pit, and then you have to give it a little bit of a blip to get over the logs, but you can't because you don't have any traction from the sand. So Kris wants me to build her a sand pit followed by logs so that she can get better.
Practice. You can give me some really good coaching too before the Tour Tech Challenge course. And it wasn't just the finish the course, but you also when I was scoping out the course, you were like, look at that log, which side is shorter?
Yeah.
And I was like, you saved me.
Well, so the way we put these logs in, logs themselves are fatter on one end and skinnier on the other. That's just the physics of logs. But also when they lay them in there, sometimes they'll lay them in with a shorter side on one side and a taller on the other. And Kris's bikes are all lowered because she's 5'2" and she doesn't have very much reach to the ground. So part of the strategy for that is to pick the side of the log that has the lowest, ground clearance over. So that way you can get over it easier. You're not catching your skid plate.
Is there enough time though between seeing the log and having that? Which side do I grab?
About 1 second.
Yeah. But
Okay,
for
was
me,
it?
I mean, I'm going slow.
Oh,
Only
you're-
going
okay.
8 miles an hour, if that.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
it's pretty
And for
quick.
Nathan, how fast are you going?
12.
Probably 8 to 9 miles an hour.
Okay, 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 cool.
Yeah, I mean, the slower you go, the harder it gets to balance the motorcycle because it's more tippy.
Right.
The faster you go, the more the bike holds
Sure,
itself
right,
up.
right.
And in sand, you really can't go that slow because the back tire is just sitting there digging. So you have to have that forward momentum to push you through the sand, almost like water. And then you have to have that momentum also to be able to pop the front wheel over the log.
Okay.
So it is a challenge. It's pretty hard.
Your challenge go.
I dropped the bike a lot.
I think I remember that video.
Yeah.
Because there were multiple blocks.
Right.
But my part I was happy about was like the turns, because it's really tight turns, as I stayed on the outside of all the turns and I didn't have any issues with turns that year. It is kind of a record for me. We learn here, even videos.
Side by side.
Yep.
So Honda reliability is important. Yeah.
Reliability is
Reliability important is
Mhm.
important. I will tell you a funny story. So Kris is on her 690, I'm on my 790, and then my buddy Josh is on his Africa Twin DCT. And we're out exploring in the middle of Oregon. We're just doing a camping trip together. And his bike starts sputtering and dying. And we'd wait a while on the side of the road, sputter and die, and then he'd wait and it would start up again. And then eventually it started doing this more and more frequently. And I'm sitting there thinking, we're the ones on KTMs. We're the ones on unreliable bikes, but the Honda's the one having the issue.
Wasn't it the inside of his gas tank?
Yeah, so there was a recall, and I don't think personally Honda handled it the best possible way, but they handled it a way that got the issue solved. There's a liner on the inside of their metal tank that on certain models or years or something, the Adventure Sport one only was affected by this, where the liner itself clogged the fuel pump. It started coming off in the gas. The gas was dissolving the tank liner and it was going into the fuel pump, clogging the fuel pump, and then causing issues with the fuel injection system. So that was what was happening. I think what they ended up doing was just emptying his tank out of gas and then washing the liner out of there and changing the fuel pump filter. They didn't actually fix the core issue, was that the liner was coming off. So I was a little bit, when he told me that, I was a little bit concerned by the future of this motorcycle, that it would continue to happen that way and the next owner or whatever would have to keep dealing with this clogging of the fuel system. So
Do you remember what year his was?
I don't.
So it's probably 2020-ish,
Yeah, it was probably a 20.
2019.
Yeah.
Because we did the BDR in 2018, 2019.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying that one brand has an issue. I'm saying that all brands have specific issues due to weird engineering quirks, right? And you can believe that one brand is fully awesome and the best and has never had reliability issues. But the same thing is true with cars. Like, you could say that BMW is the most reliable car ever made, but then, there are these weird one-off cases. And
That's right.
so there's always some issue that potentially could happen from manufacturing, from, assembly, from some kind of weird part manufacturer. Like there's always something. And our experience is with Japanese bikes and with KTMs. We've owned all of those.
And BMW.
And BMWs.
Right.
And we've had mixed results with all of them, So
Yeah, a lot of it's just luck.
Yeah.
Which bike you happen to get.
Right.
Some of it's
exactly.
maintenance.
a lot
Some
of it
it's
is how
not
you treat it.
Swimming with the
A lot of it is
bike.
how many times it swims.
They're all great. Hey Bob, thank you.
Thanks for the super chat there, Bob. It's Merry Christmas to you.
You know, BMW K1600 going up for sale.
Boy, that sounds expensive. Yeah, we're not in the market. We were just talking about this the other day, and we're like, it's between Kris and I, we have 4 motorcycles, and we're in a spot now where it's like we have the perfect bikes for us. We don't need any new motorcycles. Like it's pretty great.
Super
Like
weird.
I don't lust after, the new Ducati Desert X or whatever. I'm like looking at it and going, yeah, it's cool, but I still love the bikes that I've got, and that's a
Right,
super cool feeling.
Yeah.
Mhm. But I love test riding bikes. I want to test ride the new Harley.
Dangerous test ride.
Literally
Are they
adventure
really?
bike
Oh,
now.
really? Okay.
Dawn.
Thanks for joining us, Dawn. Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
145. You can test ride your bike after pack.
She's gonna find that 145.
I get a little bit nervous around the 100. That's where I sort of stop.
Really?
Except on the Harley when you didn't know. I didn't know. Just look at the speedometer. Ooh, road bike. Nice. Nice upgrade.
You just gotta get yourself a dirt glide.
Dirt glide. Need one of each. Sounds like a new channel.
Kristen's motorcycles and it's way too fast.
You can do Chris's food tour of Oregon. Motorcycles are the knives. Each one serves a purpose. That's true. That's the funny thing. That you're a dual sport rider now.
What?
It's funny. See, it says motorcycle, or they say motorcycles are like knives. Each one serves a specific purpose.
So a long time ago, this is a long time.
Okay.
My saying was, and this was before I was riding sports and adventure bikes, I thought dual sports were dumb because it wasn't really good at the road. It's not like a canyon carving machine, for going fast in the corners. And it's not, a specific purpose-built dirt bike, which is light and nimble and fast in the dirt.
Sure.
These bikes that can do both are a compromise. They're not very good on the twisties and they're not very good in the trails, right? They're just sort of suck at everything, right? But I'd never ridden a dual sport before. I'd never ridden a bike that does both. And the feeling of freedom that you get where a motorcycle that you can have one, like in one way, go on this gnarly trail over these rocks and roots and, go up these crazy hill climbs. And then you can take it on the road and the highway and you're not carving the corners as fast as you might do on I don't know, maybe like a Ninja 1000 or something. You're still having a really good time and you're like, whoa, this bike just went up this crazy trail and now I'm ripping around these corners. It's a really fun experience.
Yeah. See, we all change and grow.
We changing.
That's right.
Kris rides new bikes.
Kris rides new
channel.
bikes. So what you would get from that channel is Kris laughing a lot, way too fast, and a lot of wind noise.
That's epic. Zero editing needed.
We would have to blur out the speedometer portion of the
Yes.
video.
Goes to jail.
You see, you didn't know that your daughter was such a speed demon.
I'm learning. Oh, I always suspected. It just sounded like no words. Words. Right. Okay.
That's what voiceover is for. That's right. DR650. DR650s are good bikes. I loved that bike.
Yeah. So there was a time, this was before. Well, we were just getting rid of our DR650s when we started to do YouTube. It was like a similar transition, and we both had DR650s at one point. It was kind of cool because any part that I wasn't sure how it assembled had another one, sitting right there in the garage, and I could go, oh, that's how that works. Or Kris's favorite thing.
Oh my gosh.
When my bike needed a part, I was like, oh, there's a parts bike right here. I'll just take this part off of Kris's bike. Got a built-in parts bike.
I had to ride to work every day. Leave my bike at home.
Yeah.
That was good fun. No, they're really good bikes. I like the DR650. Dead reliable. Take it around the world.
Of all of those single-cylinder Japanese dual sports, I think that one's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yep.
Having never owned. The only one we haven't owned is the XR, right?
The XR650, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Mhm.
Yeah.
how many bikes have you guys owned together? Let's put it that way instead of singly.
Can I give you? I can't give you a specific number, but I
Okay.
can give you a range.
Okay,
It's somewhere around 12 to 15.
okay. And that's over a lifetime. I mean,
Yeah,
20 years, 30 years.
Kris has owned more motorcycles than I have.
Oh, she has.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Have I used to change bikes like I changed my underwear.
Yeah.
Okay. You changed because of.
Like you
Better?
don't know what you need. when you
Oh,
start.
okay. When you start. Okay.
So I got that like Honda CRF 90 and was like, okay, this is perfect because it's little. And then
Right.
oh, it's too little.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you learn after time that hey, this is not for me. I'm going
Mhm.
to try something a little bit better or
Yeah.
different or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so you start out small and light and low
Sure.
power. That's the main thing is the weight and the power. You
Okay.
really want to start small. And
Okay.
then as your skills get better, see, it's not like driving a 4x4 truck or something off-road, like a Jeep off-road. Like
Right.
that's 90% truck and 10% skill. It's probably less, probably different than that.
Right, right.
I'm just going to make an example.
Okay. I understand.
The motorcycle and riding off-road especially is like 90% skill, 10% bike, right? So I'm wrong in that. I'm sure people are going to roast me in the comments, but motorcycling takes a lot of skill. And so you want to start small so that you can build those skills in a way that doesn't intimidate you.
Right.
And so
Okay.
that's what we were doing with Kris. We started off her Honda CRF 80.
Right.
Then she graduated to a slightly bigger bike. And then she's gone up and up and up.
Okay. Now the thing is, did you suggest changing the bikes at that time, or did she find out that she needed something different because it was uncomfortable for her
Both.
or whatever?
Both.
Depended on the
Okay.
bike.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds good.
Okay. Auntie Debbie wants to know how
Uh-huh.
you feel about your kid riding a bike.
I've learned to quit worrying because it doesn't pay. It is her life or their life. And we love her and want her to have the best and whatever she enjoys the most. That's my take.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You don't lay awake at night worrying anymore.
Well, I do a lot of tear dadding. You probably know. That's my kid, really. No, Debbie, I think you used to do a lot of riding in Arizona. I'm not sure what kind of bikes it was. I think it's something different. But are you still doing
Yeah, Auntie Debbie's the first person I rode on sand with.
that? Right, exactly. Exactly.
Thank you.
You need some more, Ella?
Oh, sure. I won't spill this one, but only a little bit.
I drink all of my beer, so I figured.
This?
Yeah.
Do you want another beer?
I'm gonna have another beer.
Here, let me get it for you.
We have questions too to answer.
There you go. What's
Okay.
the Oregon BDR? If you can talk about it.
I can't talk about a lot about the Oregon VDR. I did say I was going to talk about what I can. What are we drinking? I'm going to avoid questions conveniently. So I'm drinking a Boneyard RPM IPA. This is like my favorite beer ever.
Okay.
Mhm. And my mom and I, well, my mom's got her beer too, and then we're drinking Kraken.
Yeah.
Yeah, something new to
Introduced to us
me.
by
Good. Yay. Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't know. I guess I'm going to cop out and say all the things that are normally said. The Oregon BDR is like all the other BDRs. It goes south to north, from border to border, from the southern border of a state to the northern border. It's almost entirely off pavement. So the idea is to get you into the backcountry on your motorcycle, go camping off of your bike, challenge you to ride in some more technical off-road riding, have expert, I guess they're calling them harder sections now, that are more challenging than the normal main route. Usually those will take you up to a viewpoint or take you on a section with, something to see, to take you through small towns. And I think what's interesting about that experience is that each state gives you kind of their own flavor of what that looks like. And so like, Southern California, it's a lot of open desert and sand and rocks and these weird like old mining things and just like this weird stuff that you see in the desert. How would you describe that stuff in the desert?
junk. Rusty old junk that
Rusty
I
old
love.
junk. He's like an old Model T frame. It's just like abandoned.
Like I loved that was part of the mines, right? Like they built these mines, they were doing all this stuff, and then all of a sudden these mining towns just disappeared, but everything is still there.
Yeah.
They just walked away from it.
The take from that though, Kris, and when you guys first sent videos back to us or pictures, whatever it may be, I'll never forget the one rose.
Oh yes.
And you may have planted that in the desert where everything was dead, but I'll never forget that one rose I saw. I thought, oh, this is beautiful. This is nice to see, you know.
Yes, that was it.
You were experiencing things I will never experience.
Yeah.
And that was a really good feeling,
Yeah.
you know, for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do
Well,
get to see a lot of
and
things.
what's really fun is that both you and Terry, I mean, you guys watch all of our videos.
We do.
Everything. we do.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Over and over sometimes. So
Yeah. Like it means a lot that because Kris and I have a lot of fun, but we put a lot of effort into the videos.
you do. You do.
It
Yeah.
means a lot to
And
us.
it's obvious.
So thank you for watching them.
Oh, you're welcome.
And thank you guys for watching our videos. If you do, and if you don't, well, subscribe to the channel and watch them.
Well, I love Andrew Winnick said that us and Amanda got their wife back into riding. So just waiting for the CRF 300L, which is super cool. 300L rally.
Oh,
Oh, that's
So
really
I
cool.
love
missed
those
that one.
stories. Like that's just so great because I love connecting with people. That's why we do this.
right.
Yeah, this is about creating community for us. Like we've never done this for, in any sense of the word other than just creating community. That's
Absolutely.
been our mission.
You're not deflecting. Are you allowed to say how many miles it is about or no?
Use your imagination. From the southern part of Oregon to the northern border of Oregon, and that's about how many miles it is.
Okay, can I tell one secret about it?
Probably not.
I'm going to. It's not on I-5.
It's not on Bob, the total miles, we need to know all of that stuff here really soon. I mean, the February 4th is coming up super fast.
Right.
That's like
Right.
5 weeks away. And you'll see all of that stuff will be posted on the website, ridebdr.com. And, we can talk about all that stuff then. And, it's going to be an amazing, amazing route that I think, so the backstory is that the state of Oregon inspired the DDR to create these BDR routes. And this first one was the state of Washington. But Oregon kind of had this original concept of making an established route in the backcountry of the state of Oregon and making these routes for people to go out and explore. And it was the inspiration for the current nonprofit. And it is really special to be involved with coming back to the original state and creating our own version of that route, because the organization who did the original routes in Oregon is a different organization. That's Oregon Off-Highway Vehicle Association. So coming back to the original state to be a route architect to help create the route for the state of Oregon that's going to be here for hopefully many, many years to come. It's a big, big, big honor. And sometimes I kind of have to pinch myself to go, like this is really a special honor, and it's wild. It's a lot of work though. I'm doing a lot of back end work, helping with the website, helping with the Butler map, writing articles. Like, there's a lot of time involved in that. And Kris and I put a lot of time into like exploring just stuff that's not going to be on the route, but we just went out and explored all of it. And, it's fun, but it's time, it's work, it's volunteer hours.
Someday we should take the things that didn't make the route that was the things that we didn't make it into the route. How do you say that?
The route that wasn't.
The route that wasn't. But I think that's a question that you might be allowed to answer. From your back adventure.
Let's see, or is any current route we've been running?
No, the next one. So you said that the Idaho BDR is good for newer riders. Will Oregon be good for newer riders?
I can't talk
You
about it.
can't. Oh, never mind. I thought I was allowed to say that.
I'm not in that yet.
Okay.
You talk about
I was trying. You're going to upgrade your rear shock on your CRF 350L. Do you have any recommendations on shock or brand?
350, 300.
Sorry. I have eye issues.
I was like, you want to come out with a new bike I've never heard of?
Oh, that I issue means EYE issue.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't capitalize.
yeah. The $300. I don't know a lot about the suspension. I think that what is that really crazy expensive company that makes suspension for bikes called?
Help us out, guys. Because I know what you're talking about and I can't think of it.
Gold.
Yeah.
They make gold ones.
Olins.
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 Yeah. Yeah, I think there's an Olins available for that bike. Also, I would check in with Evo suspension. Our guy is Paul Sesbauer with Evo Oregon. He might be able to tune your factory one if, like, you're wanting to get kind of a lower budget upgrade. I don't know if that factory shock is one that he can take apart and put different shim stacks in, but that's something to look into. So check out Evo Oregon. Paul does a great job with the suspension tuning. Also, I don't know if the Olins is available for the 300. I don't know enough about that bike to say whether or not that's available. Sorry. We're kind of KTM people. Yeah, Racetech might have upgrades. Those are good suggestions. Usually what Paul does is he'll reach out to Racetech and find out what they recommend for, ways to tune that shock. Yeah. Yeah, Rally Raid, yeah.
By the way, that was neighbor Daryl. Hi, neighbor.
Yeah. Oh, neighbor Dell. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Evo Oregon, definitely check him out. I think he's on Facebook and Instagram and all the things. Yeah, reach out to him. Tell him For the Love of Knob sent you, and he'll give you 10% off of all the parts that he uses. Yeah, that goes to anyone.
Yes.
Let's see. What did I miss? Bob wants to know more things that I can't talk about. Bob, 5 weeks, buddy. 5 weeks.
It's so hard to wait.
Sorry, bud. You gotta wait 5 weeks. Should we? Are we finishing off these drinks and then calling it a night?
You just poured me a drink. I'm not finishing that. Cheers.
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 Cheers, Delicy.
Cheers, Melissa.
Yeah, suspension tuning is like a really big, I think, plus that a lot of folks don't have a sense of how much that makes a big difference. Just getting, especially if you're starting off with a bike that's a little bit more kind of on the budget scale of things. Here's what I'm thinking of. Kris's bikes always have to be lowered. So we're in there, might as well tune the suspension at the same time. It's a lot cheaper to have it done all at once. But my bikes, because I'm able to ride bikes that aren't lowered, I've experienced that upgrade in suspension. I'm thinking of my YZ250. That bike has really stiff motocross valving. And so I put a Racetech Gold valve set in it and had the shim stack tuned and the springs and all that. And it made the ride, it didn't wear me out near as much, because when you're going through chop on the bike, the handlebars are just doing this, and your wrists and your arms and everything are just getting beat up. And you're just it's like lifting weights on the motorcycle all the time, right? But when you have the suspension tuned right, the suspension is absorbing all of those bumps rather than your arms and your body. So it wears you out a lot less doing that kind of thing. So race tag, yep, good point. Wandering Wadniks? Wandering setting your race tag is really important to get the front suspension to work well.
Are you doing any KTM upgrades in the off season?
Trying to think.
Oh, it depends what you get for Christmas. Just kidding.
I need to have my suspension serviced. Seals and bushings and stuff.
Merry Christmas, Bonnie. Go ahead.
Are there places locally that service your cycle when you want it?
Yeah. So we're specifically recommended Evo Oregon earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
those guys do a
Place.
good job.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my friend Paul.
That's pretty good. Good to know. Thank you.
What else? What else about suspension?
I got nothing.
This is lighter than most riders are supposed to be riding the bike that you're riding, right? And so,
Pretty much fit for that KX100.
It sounds like a new bike. to
I'm the
me.
size of a 10-year-old boy.
so on most motorcycles, not only do we have to lower it and revalve it, but we also have to change the springs to match her weight because she's lighter than the springs are meant for to get the suspension to work properly. Because the springs are there to hold up your weight. And the thing is, if the bike is tuned for a 180-pound rider
Right.
with 120, 30, 40 pounds on it, the bike is going to sit higher, and so it won't have as much up travel. So if you go over a bump, the suspension is going to go up, and then it'll come back down as you come up the other side of the bump. And if you're lighter, what's going to happen is that spring isn't going to sit as low, and so you won't have as much like rebound available for that wheel to go back down and you dip the hole. So you want your springs to be tuned for your weight, and
who does that then, Nathan?
the same people.
Same people. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, but you just have to tell them what you weigh, and then you can kind of tune a little bit. Like, are you more an aggressive rider or are you more of a beginner rider? What's your skill?
Few stipulations there. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you start adjusting. Okay.
Yep.
All righty.
Yeah. So, what kind of air am I running in the KTM tires? Yeah, that's funny.
Helium.
I do like jumping.
You do like jumping and wheeling. Magic.
Yeah,
I like magic.
herbs. I spend a long time playing with carburetors to try and figure out how they work, and I finally got a decent grasp on how they work. But fuel injection is so nice. Like you just push the button, it starts and runs. Hands off. No messing around.
I like bikes with buttons.
Yeah. My first that YZ250 was carbureted and kickstart, and so, oh god, I was tired. It was super tall. The seat was super tall, and getting my leg up, started saying, and then if the bike was flooded, I'm like, oh my god. Yeah.
That's what he started me on. Actually, was a YZ250.
Yeah. So I would hold the bike up for her.
Well, he'd get it running.
I would get it running. She would get on. I would hold up the bike. She would let out the clutch and hopefully not kill it because that bike had a really feather clutch.
It seemed to work every time. It was weird.
And she got it going, and then when she was ready to get off, she would just leap off of it, and the bike would just kind of roll for a while and fall over.
And I did that over and over, not to wind out of myself. I was like, okay, I want a dirt bike now.
Okay. I have a question then. Is it like the start of your relationship?
Yeah, it was pretty early.
Because of bikes. Okay. And
Yeah.
so you, Nathan, helped her to figure out she really wanted to do this.
Yeah, well, so it's our first date was on the back of my sport bike.
Oh, okay.
So
Here's the story.
yeah.
Okay.
So I went up to Seattle. She used to live in Seattle, and I was living in Portland. And then I met her for a date, and she hopped on the back of my street motorcycle, and we went for a little ride. I brought her helmet, of course. We went for a little ride, and it was like 50 degrees, and kind of.
Yeah.
And she's like, "This is the best thing ever! Oh my god, I love this! I want to do this all the time." And I was like, "Just wait until it's warm out."
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, Raptor Pack. We're gonna meet the kids. And you get to meet the family. Woo-hoo. I will try to keep the bike upright for Bubba J.
Yeah.
His child has noticed how much I drove my bike.
We will be at the giant
My
leap,
ear
right?
is plugged. No problem about dropping bikes.
Well, the plus side is the bike is lowered and Kris is lowered factory. So
Okay.
Pretty low.
lowered. So you don't have to fall all that far.
Thanks, Raptor Pack. Bubba J loves my falls. He laughs.
You do too, so.
That's fair.
See, that's the thing is I know when Kris has fallen and laughed, she's okay.
Yes.
And when there's a fall and a scream, there's not okayness.
There's,
Right,
there's,
right.
there's big lack of okayness.
But we'll be at the giant loop ride, and we're going to be I'll be representing DDR, and probably representing VDR.
I think so. I hope so.
Yeah, we'll have the tent, the booth, and all that stuff. So we'll be there.
Yes, falling is a critical step in getting back up. Thank you, Cassie. That's deep. That could be your next art project. Cassie also does art. We showed this Lissy card, but I didn't grab the wheelie picture. I guess we said that earlier though.
Yeah.
Okay, we're at 6:44.
Just go all the way to 7, then call it quits.
Okay.
The 6:47?
So it's 6:44 now.
Oh,
We're gonna go all the way to 7 o'clock.
okay, I got you.
Call it quits. 15 more minutes. What's 15 more minutes?
Yes.
There's this much left to drink. How about we go until I finish this?
Okay, got it. Cheers.
Oh, what's funny about that, Kris is laughing, is that when I'm sitting there for hours editing videos, I'm looking through the clips going, let's find Kris's laughter. Because so many people have approached me and said, I love hearing Kris's laughter. So I'm sitting there editing video going, let's make this interesting, but also find where Kris is laughing. They usually coincide with each other.
It's good I laugh a lot then.
Yeah.
It's good times. What's 15 more minutes? It's almost 10, dude. Where are you? It's only almost 7 here. Santa's coming tonight, by the way. Santa's coming early here. Santa is coming tonight.
Really?
Yes.
That's news to me.
Because we're doing stockings. We had this conversation yesterday. This is not this is not the Kraken talking.
No, I don't remember that conversation. I'm sorry.
Because Lissy's boyfriend is coming tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And we're doing
The stockings.
Okay.
See, in this household, the presents are not coming from Santa. The stockings come from Santa. We have a pellet stove, and it's an insert. It goes into our fireplace. The fireplace is super old. This house is like 1930s. And the chimney for the pellet stove, it's about that big around. The tube. So I'm wondering Santa's gonna fit down this. Does he shrink himself?
Don't tell anybody, but sometimes I wake up and let him in the front door. Just
Answer the dogs.
The dogs. Our dogs bark at everything.
Right.
They're really good tonight.
They're both sitting there over there like sleeping.
Yeah.
What is going on here? This is so unusual.
Pippin is using his own butt for a pillow, which is adorable. You heard his name.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna get a picture of this, and then we'll post it on Instagram so you guys can see it.
It's pretty cute.
The eyes closed are open though. She hasn't closed, huh?
Yeah.
She is resting, completely resting. Okay.
All right, it's going. Oh, South Carolina. Woo woo.
His own butt as a pillow.
He hears us laughing at him.
All right. Thank you for that compliment on the great editing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I fake it a lot. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for that compliment.
Terry.
Yeah, that sounds super cold.
Yes. Right.
Think of Ontario, I think of freezing things.
Good.
Right.
Depends on where you are in Alaska.
Zip lining, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. We did an Alaska cruise. You weren't on that one, but oh my gosh, we went zip lining in the rain and we went rafting, like kayaking in the rain because it's Alaska. It was in September and all it did was rain.
Kind of like Seattle, Portland, and whatever.
That's fair. That is fair. Oh, you could do that. You could put a video of every clip of me laughing to music.
archive of footage is like terabytes.
That's a lot of
But it's
searching for
all
that.
searching through footage for laughing.
What's the longest ride we've been on? I think 2 weeks twice now.
Yeah, for me, the best longest ride was the Utah trip. Was that our third?
I think so. Because we got, yeah.
Oh gosh, like camping off the bike for 14 days. That was just, even in the moment, I knew it was good. And you know, when you're living in the moment, you're like, "God, this is amazing." You know, the
Right.
memories are gonna be even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you've done a longer one since then. Maybe.
Oh, why are you mentioning things I can't talk about?
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
For me, it's like it takes about 3 or 4 days of being on the motorcycle and just like being out in the wilderness and camping off of it to like just forget about work and home and all the stress and just like start living in the moment, And I think more people need to take vacations like that.
Right.
More people need to get out. It doesn't need to necessarily be camping or riding motorcycles or anything, but anything, where they're forgetting about the stress of daily life and our mental health. We need to reset. Our brains have to reset that way.
Oh, that's why we're here, for mental health and everything.
Yeah.
Forgetting and
Absolutely.
enjoying every moment,
Yeah.
in the moment and after the moment, whatever. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank
Making
you.
memories.
Yeah, memories. Yeah,
Memories.
memories are made of this.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
2016 was blessed. I agree, Amanda.
What was special about 2016, Amanda? Tell us in the comments. Write it up.
This is Nathan typing.
Typing.
We know you're helping her become her sorceress.
Is that the magpie? Flight of the magpie? The
Well, she was at
tour in Montana?
she was at the event we went to. It wasn't Rocky Mountain Madness in Utah with the bonfire.
Oh. Good question.
And then you did a big trip after that, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Moab.
Motos and Moab.
What is Moab?
Right.
Cheers. That was really fun.
Um,
Well, that was kind of wild.
Moab and Moab wasn't actually that great. If you ask me.
Riding around the bonfire was,
Right? The bonfire was the only great part of it.
and being in Utah.
Yeah. And quit the toxic tattoo shop. Yeah. Pilgrimage. Yeah. Yeah. Amanda, I like seeing you, but I did not enjoy Motos and Moab very much. I'm just not into the party and loudness and like drinking all night. And it's just like, man, I like being out in the middle of nowhere, the quietness. That's what I like.
Mm.
Yep.
What was it sold to you as? That's interesting. It was pretty much exactly what I expected.
It's like a 3-day party,
Yeah.
drinking.
Yeah. Ooh, you're going to Alaska. Fun. And the West Coast.
I
And
need to
then
get back to
it's good for you. Yeah.
I'm a native Alaskan. I haven't been there back there since I was 8 years old. And I want to do it on bikes. So do that. Yeah. Much fewer people, but an advert video. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like we were just talking about Birmingham.
That was last night's conversation.
Just talking about we're talking about Burning Man, and Alice heard Birmingham.
Yes.
Talking about Burning Man and how it's become like this huge thing. It's like, if it was smaller, I would want to go to Burning Man or Birmingham. But both of them are both so large that I'm just like, I don't want to go to either place.
The rest was busy and loud. No, but sort of.
That's right. That was the first year of Rocky Mountain Roll. So Amanda hosts Rocky Mountain Roll, which is what do you call it? A motorcycle camp out in the country. In the country. Yeah.
You can set her. That's where you grew up.
And it's
It's low key, chill. It's like exactly what I like to do. I don't like all the crazy all night partying, loud music, and chill. Cool people, small venue. Yeah. So yeah, sign up for the doobly doos. Post it in the comments, Amanda. How do people get signed up for it? Post a link.
It's exactly opposite of motives and it's pretty true.
That's why I like it.
Yes. And it's fun. You get to see people that you enjoy hanging out with.
Yeah.
I think that's what I like about rallies. You kind of have this like, this crowd goes to this rally and this crowd goes to this rally. And it's like the only time of year you see them, but it's like family, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it is family. It is definitely.
January 10th, everybody sign up for. She posted the link. Rocky Mountain Roll.
And Amanda's mom is amazing. And Amanda's dad is amazing. And Gary will be there, right? Gary's amazing too. Sorry, I should not stop in the middle of that sentence.
Same thing with Sturgis, yeah. Well, if they want to go to Sturgis, they'll experience something different at Rocky Mountain, right? Rocky Mountain people are like us. They want a chill event that's super cool and fun. Sturgis is about party life.
That's right. Chill, fun. Cheers.
Cheers.
And Gary will be there. Good.
Yeah. Here's to that. You know, we really haven't done anything awesome with Amanda recently. I think that's why we need to. Yeah.
I mean, I got to be on our live stream. It was pretty
Yes,
awesome.
that was awesome. That was cool.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
But I think it's been fun watching Amanda's journey, you know, watching her channel grow, watching her grow as a person. You know, she's always, what's interesting to me is that she is so exactly like she is in person as she is on her videos. She's
Right.
so authentic.
Right.
She's a fun, warm, kind person, and honestly, the inspiration for why I do all of this YouTube stuff. So.
Okay, this is funny. Oh, that's awesome. So we already have calendar invites on our phones. You know, it's funny because Amanda, you told me the story about when we first met, and I didn't remember this. But you remember back when I rode my bike to work every day?
Yeah.
And there was a group in Portland that's sort of quieter now, but I think it's still around, called the Torque Wenches. And they did a Halloween get together. I think it was on a Friday. So I was at work. I put on my Halloween costume, which was a long gown. And then I hiked it up and pulled on my motorcycle pants and my motorcycle coat. And then when I got to the event, my dress fell out of my outfit. And you know, my motorcycle pants, I just left those things behind, and Amanda like adopted me at that moment.
Exactly. Very good.
She says it was very memorable. Oh, that's right. Africa Twin video is coming. Is it still on time, Amanda?
We want to know.
We want to know. We're gonna watch her Africa Twin review. Bike reviews are very popular.
Yeah.
We've done one.
So the highest views video that we've ever made is kind of a long-term review of the Husky 701, which I don't own anymore. I sold that years ago, but it keeps getting these views and comments and all this stuff, and I'm just like, I hated making that video. I don't like responding to the comments because I'm just like, they're all, you know, like some of them are nice and some of them aren't so nice, and I'm like, so over it. I don't like bike reviews.
It's too funny too, because we're pretty different. Like I like videos and articles that are just like mostly fact-based, even though I'm sort of like a very whimsical person. I don't feel creative in the writing or the video making thing.
Yeah.
But in the moment, I come up with crazy stuff like our fairy tale video. And you like it to be fun and inspirational and tell a story. And I'm like, no, I would love to just sit down and talk about facts. Except I don't know bike facts.
You know what's interesting is that on YouTube, people go there to learn something and to be entertained at the same time.
Sure.
Those two things have to go together. And so I try to create videos where at the most people are going to be entertained. And if I put in a couple of things in there where people learn something great, and if not, they're still entertained.
Yes. Amanda thinks the creative part of bike reviews is making really nice B-roll. That's smart.
Yeah. That
Yes.
sounds very Amanda-ish.
And it's going to go live January 1st. I'm excited.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Yeah. I'm always excited for a new Amanda video though.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like delay and watch like a big chunk of a whole story at once.
Mhm.
And sometimes I just can't wait and I have to watch them as they come out. And I'm a patron of Amanda, so I get to find out the back stuff
Yeah.
too. The secret
We're
stuff.
all big fans of Amanda. If you can't tell, we're all big fans of Amanda.
Takes are fun. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Kris dropping her bike in the water.
Yeah. So we got one last fun thing to announce before we wrap up the live stream. We want to thank you guys so much for joining us on the live stream. Like seriously, really thank you for joining us and being part of this. We really want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas and safe, Happy New Year. I'm sure the roads are icy out there and it's cold, and just be safe. We want to let you know that if you're at any of the Oregon BDR, film showings that we're happen to be at, we want you to come up and say hi to us and definitely tell us your story or what you're excited about, for that coming around, if you're planning on riding it or any of the future BDR routes in NorCal.
Yeah.
And just thank you so much for joining us on this live stream. It's been really fun to have Alice along with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been really fun to drink with. So cheers to everyone who joined us on this one. Cheers. Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I can't say that one.
Bye-bye.
That was fun.